Kim Jong Un is arguably the scariest leader of a country in the world. His country is completely cut off from the rest of the world. No one is allowed to watch anything entertainment on TV. The only thing you watch on TV is him. He is practically a god in his country and is worshipped by his people who lament in poverty. But on the other hand, Kim, his family and his generals enjoy a life of luxury no one would ever dream of. They drive the most exotic cars and live in luxurious mansions. They throw themselves parties which are worth millions of dollars for just a night. We are going to be talking about these secret luxurious parties in this video. Imagine a place where power, wealth, and secrecy collide in a whirlwind of intrigue. Behind closed doors, away from prying eyes, a select few are invited to exclusive gatherings that the rest of the world can only speculate about. What kind of deals are made? What global strategies are discussed? And who gets to be part of these mysterious events? As we peel back the layers of this hidden world, prepare to be both astonished and captivated. We're diving into the heart of the most secretive parties on the planet. Have you ever wondered about a setting where the richest and most influential people on Earth meet, their conversations quietly steering the course of history, all while indulging in unmatched luxury? For Kim Jong Un, this isn't a fantasy, it's a regular occurrence. These secretive gatherings, hosted by him each year, are the ultimate blend of luxury and confidentiality. Buried deep beneath the streets of Pyongyang, North Korea's capital, lies the Master, a venue so exclusive that only a privileged few ever set foot inside. The security is so tight that no detail about what happens here ever leaks out. Stepping into the Master is like entering a different world, a world dripping with opulence and grandeur. This underground palace is equipped with the most luxurious amenities imaginable, designed to rival the finest establishments around the globe. At its center is the Grand Ballroom, a stunning space lit by sparkling chandeliers and draped in the richest fabrics, where guests gather to celebrate. For the most esteemed guests, private suites offer an oasis of comfort and seclusion, ensuring they can enjoy the party's excesses in complete privacy. These suites are designed with the utmost luxury in mind, featuring plush seating, sophisticated decor, and every comfort you could imagine. Every detail is meticulously crafted, making guests feel like they're experiencing something truly extraordinary. But perhaps the most fascinating feature of the Master is its hidden casino. Tucked away in a quiet corner, this secretive spot offers an adrenaline-pumping escape for those who are willing to take a chance. The energy in the casino is palpable, with the soft murmur of shuffling cards and the rhythmic clinking of chips adding to the allure. It's unlike any other gambling spot you'll find, especially considering the unique context. In a country where gambling is typically frowned upon, this casino stands out as one of the few places where the upper echelon can indulge in such activities. Officially, North Korea's gambling scene is represented by just one establishment, the Master Kim Jong Un Casino, located within the expansive Yanggakdo Hotel in Pyongyang. Spanning several floors, it offers games like blackjack, roulette, poker, and slot machines, providing a rare space for high-stakes play. The casino operates under strict rules. Before stepping inside, visitors must present their passport and complete a registration process. Once inside, every move is closely monitored, with serious consequences for any breaches of conduct. While the casino opens its doors to foreign diplomats and business tourists, access for local residents is heavily restricted or outright banned, aligning with the nation's strict laws on gambling. Beyond gambling, the venue offers a variety of entertainment options, including restaurants and bars, ensuring that every guest's experience is unforgettable. The guest list for these secret gatherings is as exclusive as it gets. Only the crème de la crème of North Korea's elite, top government officials, military leaders, and other influential figures are granted access. These are the individuals who hold sway within the Korean Workers' Party and have a hand in steering the country's political future. There are whispers that foreign dignitaries and even a few celebrities have graced these events, but solid proof remains elusive. The mystique of the Master and the events that take place there have sparked curiosity worldwide. Yet for most, receiving an invitation to these parties is nothing more than an unattainable fantasy. The Master is shrouded in layers of secrecy, with the North Korean regime going to extraordinary lengths to keep these events hidden from the outside world. Security is tight, with every precaution taken to prevent unauthorized access or any leaks of information. Guests are bound by strict confidentiality agreements, and breaking that trust comes with serious consequences. Unfortunately, when it comes to lavish gatherings involving high-ranking political figures, especially someone as secretive as Jong Un, detailed information is almost impossible to come by. These events are meticulously controlled, with security protocols put in place by trusted agencies and hand-picked personnel from Kim's inner circle. While we may never know the full extent of the security measures or the number of people involved, it's clear that only a select few, top political figures, their families and highly trained security teams are ever present at these events. The security staff are not only highly trained, but also have significant experience in managing such high-stakes situations, ensuring that the event runs smoothly and that every participant's privacy and safety are completely protected. The Master is more than just a venue, it's a hidden sanctuary where North Korea's elite can escape their daily realities and immerse themselves in an atmosphere of pure luxury. Within its walls, the lines between the ordinary and the extraordinary blur, allowing guests to enjoy a level of freedom and indulgence rarely experienced in their regular lives. Now let's shift our focus to the opulent entertainment and captivating ambiance that make these events so unforgettable. Get ready to be dazzled by the sheer spectacle and grandeur that unfold within the Master. The allure of these secret parties lies not just in their exclusivity, but in the unforgettable performances that leave attendees mesmerized. The stage is a vibrant canvas, brought to life by an eclectic mix of musicians, dancers, and acrobats, each displaying a level of talent that borders on the extraordinary. Performers are meticulously selected from the best talent, both within North Korea and beyond. As musicians fill the room with their enchanting sounds, the music drifts through the grand ballroom, creating an atmosphere that's both magical and immersive. From timeless classical pieces to contemporary hits, the selection is designed to appeal to every taste, making each performance a unique experience. The dancers, with their fluid movements and intricate routines, are the heart of the visual spectacle. They blend traditional Korean dance with modern elements, creating a captivating fusion that leaves the audience in awe. Every step, every gesture is a testament to their skill and artistry, drawing the audience into a world of grace and beauty. The ambience of these parties is something to behold. The venue is lavishly decorated with glittering chandeliers and golden accents that reflect the light, casting a soft, warm glow over the festivities. The atmosphere is one of pure celebration, where guests, dressed to the nines, bask in an air of sophistication and glamour. Surrounded by luxury, they indulge in the finest food and drink, enjoying an evening where every detail is crafted to perfection. Lavish feasts are laid out on the tables, offering everything from the finest seafood to mouth-watering desserts. These culinary delights aren't just about indulgence, they're a reflection of the event's sheer extravagance, giving guests a taste of true luxury. But there's more to these secret gatherings than just entertainment and opulence. Beneath the surface, they play a critical role in shaping North Korea's future. These parties are where key political conversations happen away from the public eye. In these exclusive circles, influential figures engage in discussions that can have significant impacts on the country's direction. Decisions made here influence North Korea's policies, strategies, and its relationships on the global stage. The attendees, all holding significant positions within the Korean Workers' Party, have the power to steer the nation's political course. These secret parties become a hub of power, where alliances are forged and strategic agendas are pushed forward. The future of North Korea is deeply connected to what happens within the walls of these events. The conversations and decisions made here ripple outwards, affecting the country's policies at home and abroad, and ultimately shaping the lives of its people. In essence, Jong Un's secret parties are far more than just lavish affairs. They're pivotal moments in the nation's ongoing story. These gatherings are where North Korea's elite come together, not just to enjoy lavish entertainment, but to engage in crucial political discussions. Decisions made at these events have far-reaching consequences, influencing the direction of the country. The immersive atmosphere and world-class performances leave guests in awe, but there's much more happening beneath the surface. These secret parties are far from being just extravagant celebrations. They're pivotal moments where the future of North Korea is shaped. Behind closed doors, key negotiations and conversations take place, impacting everything from the nation's policies to its international strategies. Kim Jong Un's secret gatherings are a hub of power and influence, where the country's most influential figures gather to enjoy luxury while discussing and deciding the nation's trajectory. The intrigue and mystery surrounding these events continue to fascinate, offering a rare glimpse into a hidden world where opulence and political power intersect. At these meetings, high-ranking officials and members of the elite discuss critical issues such as economic reforms, military strategies, and domestic and foreign policies. These discussions are crucial as they help to shape the policies and strategies that guide North Korea's future. Getting solid confirmation about what happens at these gatherings is nearly impossible due to the intense secrecy that surrounds them. As a result, detailed information about these events rarely makes it into the public domain. These meetings are often shrouded in rumors, with whispers of internal power struggles and intrigues among North Korea's elite. Conversations at these gatherings might involve gossip about key officials, their alliances, and their rivalries. Such events are more than just social occasions. They're strategic arenas where alliances are forged and strategies for navigating internal power dynamics are devised. The tone of these interactions can be intense, with sharp language and harsh criticism sometimes aimed at those who fall out of favor. Attending or skipping these parties can have diplomatic implications. An invitation could be seen as an effort to strengthen ties with a particular country or leader, while declining to attend might be interpreted as a political snub or even a move towards isolation. Organizing these events is fraught with risks, especially given the delicate nature of international diplomacy and the ever-present potential for political intrigue. The secrecy that envelops these gatherings often fuels rumors and speculation, which can strain international relations. There's also the danger that information from these meetings could be used for manipulation or blackmail. If details of these secretive parties were ever to leak, the fallout could be significant, damaging North Korea's image and the reputation of its leader. Such leaks could lead to unrest within the country's elite circles and provoke scandals on the global stage. To mitigate these risks, the guest list and security at these events are tightly controlled by a vast security network ready to act at the slightest hint of a threat to the leader or the nation's political stability. We've taken a deep dive into the enigmatic world of Kim Jong Un's secret parties, exploring the luxurious underground venue known as the Master and the extravagant atmosphere that defines these gatherings. However, due to the extreme secrecy surrounding these events, a full understanding of what takes place may remain hidden for many years, even after Kim Jong Un is no longer in power. Let's explore another intriguing yet controversial aspect often whispered about in relation to these exclusive gatherings: the pleasure squad. While there's no definitive proof that these women are present at these secret parties, the topic has sparked speculation among both North Korean citizens and international observers. What is clear is that the pleasure squad does exist, serving the elite of North Korea. Kim Jong Un's rumored connection to these squads is surrounded by a mix of fact and conjecture. Some believe that members of the pleasure squad might be invited to these secret events to entertain high-ranking officials, including Kim Jong Un himself. If true, this would suggest that these women, while fulfilling their roles, might also gain certain privileges within the rigid hierarchy of North Korean society. However, this scenario is murky and largely based on speculation. Without official confirmation, it's important to approach such claims with caution, recognizing that they might be more rumor than reality. Let's turn to what is known with greater certainty: the history and practices surrounding the pleasure squad. For decades, under North Korea's secretive and authoritarian regime, young women have been recruited to serve the country's elite in what's known as the pleasure squad. This disturbing practice dates back to the rule of Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong Un's father, who is believed to have established the squad to fulfill his personal desires and reinforce his control. Some even speculate that the practice began before Kim Jong-il's time, hidden from the outside world by the regime's tight grip on information. The process of recruiting these young women is unsettlingly methodical. Hand-picked soldiers are sent to select girls, often from schools, based on criteria that remain largely unknown. These girls, once chosen, undergo a series of invasive assessments, including checks on their medical and family backgrounds, as well as tests to ensure they are virgins. The regime places a disturbing emphasis on the innocence of these girls, believing it enhances their value. The existence of the pleasure squad and the practices surrounding it offer a grim insight into the inner workings of North Korea's elite circles. While much of this remains hidden in secrecy and speculation, what is known paints a troubling picture of life within the regime's upper echelons. Once selected, these young women are abruptly removed from their families, who are left clueless about their fate. Families are told their daughters are involved in significant government projects, but the reality is much darker. Separated from their loved ones, the girls are isolated and severed from all personal connections. They are essentially held captive in a world defined by secrecy and exploitation. The training for members of the pleasure squad is intense and comprehensive. They are drilled in serving the leaders with complete obedience and fulfilling their every need. Some girls are sent to places like Hong Kong for specialized training in sensual massage, while others are trained in singing and dancing to entertain the elite. The selection process is stringent and exacting. Candidates must meet specific physical requirements. They must be shorter than 5 feet 6 inches, have clear skin, and possess a soft, melodious voice. Above all, virginity is crucial, as it is believed to enhance the pleasure and loyalty of these young women. The pleasure squad operates entirely within North Korea's borders, shielded from the outside world and its scrutiny. The pleasure squad's operations are so shrouded in secrecy that details only come to light through the brave testimonies of defectors who have escaped to places like China or South Korea. These courageous individuals have risked everything to expose the dark reality behind the pleasure squad. Once selected and trained, the girls are thrust into a harrowing existence of servitude and exploitation. The pleasure squad is divided into 3 distinct roles, each crucial to the elaborate and lavish parties hosted for North Korea's elite. The first group handles intimate services, where the girls are expected to cater to the leaders' every desire. Their autonomy is completely stripped away, their bodies used purely for the pleasure of those in power. Another segment of the pleasure squad focuses on providing massages. These girls are trained in sensual techniques to relieve the stress of the elite, offering both physical and emotional comfort beyond mere relaxation. The third group is tasked with live performances, including singing and dancing. Often performing semi-nude, these girls are trained to mesmerize the audience with their choreography and seductive routines. These exclusive parties, held in Kim Jong Un's residence in Pyongyang, are the epitome of excess. With only 40 out of Kim's 200 associates invited, the events are known for their opulence. They stretch into the early hours, fueled by alcohol, extravagant food, and a mixture of indulgence and decadence. The entertainment can take a darker turn, with erotic games where participants, regardless of gender, are forced to undress as part of the evening's twisted revelry. The environment is one of extreme coercion and humiliation, pushing guests to their limits in the pursuit of pleasure. One particularly unsettling game at these gatherings involves shaving body hair. When guests are heavily intoxicated, they participate in a game where men might have parts of their head shaved, while women are subjected to having their pubic hair removed. This game isn't just a form of entertainment. It serves as a tool for asserting control and reinforcing power dynamics among the attendees. There are even occasions when parties focus exclusively on sexual activities, held when the leader is in a particularly indulgent mood. These gatherings reveal a grim side of North Korea's elite, showcasing a blatant disregard for human dignity. The members of the pleasure squad, trapped in their roles, face years of exploitation and abuse. Their lives revolve around meeting the demands of the leaders, leaving them scarred physically and emotionally. Typically, when the girls reach the ages of 22 to 25, they are retired from their roles. Reports suggest that they are often married off to elite guards in search of brides. Their subsequent lives remain shrouded in secrecy, as they are closely monitored to prevent any leakage of information about the pleasure squad's activities. These parties are the epitome of extravagance and excess, featuring not only alcohol and sexual escapades, but also degrading games. The pleasure squad's members, enduring years of servitude, are left with lasting scars from their experiences. The accounts of defectors and insiders have provided a rare peek into the hidden world of these events. Within this secretive circle, the pleasure squad is divided into specialized groups that cater to the elite's every whim, whether through sexual services, massages, or seductive performances. For most societies, the notion of the pleasure squad would be deeply disturbing. Few of us would want to imagine ourselves in their place. Yet perspectives on such situations can vary widely. There will always be individuals who, with a rather simplistic view, might envy the allure of such lavish events. The fact that Jong Un has supporters who back his extreme lifestyle, including the troubling existence of the pleasure squad, reveals unsettling truths about the darker aspects of human nature. This phenomenon isn't just confined to those lacking power or those who merely fantasize. It's also a trait seen in isolated individuals who wield immense influence. The reality of the pleasure squad highlights the disturbing levels of cruelty and excess at the highest tiers of North Korean society. It underscores the extremes some leaders will reach to fulfill their desires, no matter the human cost. So, why does Jong Un, a figure often criticized by multiple countries for such extreme behavior, remain in power? Why does the international community seem to overlook his actions? The answer lies in the way Jong Un was brought up. From a young age, he was groomed to expect impunity and to revel in his power, both within North Korea and on the global stage. As the world watched the passing of Kim Jong-il in December 2011, the focus shifted to his son, Jong Un, whose presence seemed to amplify the same opulence and grandeur that characterized his father's rule. With a seemingly innocent demeanor and cherubic appearance, Jong Un might have appeared an unlikely figure of authority. But behind that gentle facade was a leader determined to assert his dominance, continuing the legacy of control and oppression left by his forebears. Born on January 8, 1982, in the bustling capital of Pyongyang, Jong Un was the third generation of the powerful Kim dynasty, grandson to Kim Il-sung, North Korea's founding leader. From an early age, it was clear that he was being groomed for a life of both luxury and power. Jong Un's childhood was marked by opulence and careful preparation. Under an assumed name, he was sent to Switzerland, where he immersed himself in the elite languages of English, German, and French. This experience abroad gave him a global perspective, a crucial asset for his future role as a leader. Upon his return to North Korea, he continued his education at prestigious institutions. At Kim Il-sung University, he studied political theory, while Kim Il-sung Military University helped him develop military skills, preparing him for his eventual leadership role. Ascending to power at just 29, Jong Un became the supreme leader, inheriting a nation shrouded in secrecy and isolation. His early years were marked by a swift consolidation of power. As General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, President of State Affairs, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, he had comprehensive control over the country's political and military spheres. Jong Un faced numerous challenges, both from within North Korea and from the international community. Despite this, he worked to distinguish himself from his predecessors by projecting a more relatable and approachable image. He sought to connect with his people, portraying himself as a leader who understood their hopes and dreams. Yet, his reign was also characterized by remarkable extravagance. His image was omnipresent, from billboards to public buildings, a constant reminder of his elevated status. This cult of personality, echoing the practices of his predecessors, drew criticism and concerns about human rights abuses. As Jong Un solidified his control, he also pursued a controversial path of nuclear development, adding another layer of complexity to his leadership. Jong Un's leadership made waves around the globe with its audacious display of power and extravagance. His secretive regime, known for its opulence and intrigue, left the international community both astonished and unsettled by its bold excesses. While navigating a complex landscape of diplomacy and nuclear threats, Jong Un introduced sweeping economic reforms that promised a new era of prosperity for North Korea. Under his direction, Pyongyang transformed into a symbol of luxury, with flashy shopping districts and modern amenities that redefined the city's skyline. Jong Un's ambitious vision led to a flurry of construction projects, gleaming high-rise apartments, cutting-edge hospitals, and plush recreational centers became common sights, reflecting his dedication to grandeur. Yet, despite this veneer of success, significant challenges remained. Persistent food shortages and agricultural inefficiencies continued to trouble the country, overshadowing Kim Jong Un's grand plans. Furthermore, North Korea's human rights record cast a long shadow over his reign. Reports of political repression and restricted freedoms drew international criticism, threatening to undermine his carefully managed image of prosperity. Despite these issues, Kim Jong Un made concerted efforts to seek international legitimacy. His high-profile meetings with global leaders suggested a desire for global acceptance, even as the looming threat of nuclear expansion persisted. Kim Jong Un's secret gatherings and pleasure squad reveal a fascinating, though troubling, aspect of power and privilege in North Korea. These hidden events reflect the dictator's flair for opulence and his strategic use of extravagance to reinforce his grip on power. These covert parties are more than just displays of wealth. They are instruments for consolidating control and loyalty within the ruling elite. Being invited to these exclusive affairs is a sign of favor, creating a tight-knit circle of loyalists who support Kim Jong Un's regime. The pleasure squad, meanwhile, seems to serve multiple purposes, from ensuring the dictator's personal security to providing entertainment and other services. This squad helps cater to Kim Jong Un's needs, underscoring the lengths to which the regime goes to maintain its leader's comfort and authority. The contrast between the lavish lifestyles of the elite and the everyday struggles of the North Korean people highlights the stark inequality perpetuated by the regime. While the populace endures shortages and restrictions, these secretive, luxurious events emphasize the stark divide between the ruling class and the general public. In the grand scheme of global politics, Kim Jong Un's reign stands as a vivid example of how extravagance and authoritarianism can intertwine. As the world observes, North Korea's mysterious leader continues to live a life of splendor, adding a dramatic layer to the ongoing narrative of global diplomacy and power. If you enjoyed this video and would love to see us uncover billionaire world leaders' stories like this, then you should like and subscribe.